Andy here from WeGoSee.tv, and here's my quick thoughts on 3 action cameras. What basically happened was I wanted a GoPro, so I bought a Qumox camera. As you can see, it looks very much like a GoPro. The case is almost identical, but not, I would say, as refined as the GoPro. The buttons are quite hard push. The case is quite nice actually, because you've got a double locking mechanism, which I'm actually making looking harder to undo here, but it is actually quite nice case. In terms of taking camera out of the case, it's just a case of grabbing that with your fingernail and pushing that up. So there's absolutely no way that that's going to come out of the casing. It doesn't drop out. It's quite a snug fit in there, and it pops out like that. It's a very neat looking little camera, and I think I bought this for £75 on Amazon, and delivered next day. Stuck it in the car straight away, got some great shots. I've got the camera out of its waterproof case using the little dash cam clip that comes with it, and had a little fiddle about with the settings. And as you can see, colours are fantastic, really crisp images. Shooting 1080, this is 30 frames per second. 25 frames per second for us PAL video users is not an option. Who knows, on a later firmware update, future users may get to enjoy it, because unfortunately for me, I was plugging this into the USB port, which is just there on the side of the device, using the cable that came with it. It thought it was plugged in all the time, whether it was on a pole or whether it was actually in the car. It didn't matter. It always thought that there was something plugged in. But as you can see, it's a really neat looking device. But honestly, when you hold this and a GoPro or another similarly priced quality action cam together, you can feel that this is, you get what you pay for. This is 75 quid's worth of Chinese copy. Video quality absolutely fantastic, and if you get one that keeps working for you, your quid's in. The lens is really, really wide. The case was great. It's exactly the same footing mount as a GoPro. So that's the other great thing with this. This kit comes with loads and loads of mounts and connectors, and because it is GoPro compatible, it's a bargain. So despite this failing, I'm still going to send it back. Am I going to get another one? No, because moving on from that one, 2 years ago, this is my first action cam, and when the little cheapy Qumox quit on me, I picked this up again. This is the Ion Air Pro, and I'm sure there are later versions of this out now, but this is bulletproof. It comes with a Wi-Fi back mount, which I tended not to put on there because it seemed to sap the battery a bit quicker. So I tended just to stick with it like this with the standard back plate. If I take the back plate off, it's just got a simple lock there, and it unscrews, and you've got all the connectivity in there you could need really. It's got a mini HDMI port, it's got the slot for the micro SD USB socket, and a switch to 2 varieties of HD. I do really like this camera when you're actually shooting with it, but it has got a couple of little annoyances. One, shooting last week in the surf in Cornwall, I discovered that no matter what you put on this lens, it always seems to get a drip right in the middle. And if you can see there, the lens is actually curved, and whatever you do, there's always seems to be a drip around here. I tried licking it, I tried wiping it, whatever I did, the water always seems to gather there. You can see it in the footage. In terms of image quality, when it's dry or it hasn't got that drip on the lens, it's absolutely fantastic. Another slight annoyance is, and it's trying to be clever, and you can turn this feature off in the menu, but it tries to guess which way up. So say if you were mounting this on something like that, with this one you can mount it that way, that way, that way, it will flip the image round. It's got it wrong on several occasions, and when you're actually shooting and you're out on the beach, you can't be faffing around trying to switch that off. So the way I find it easiest is, as long as you go into record mode, whichever way up it is the way it will be recording. So if you want to film like that, switch it on like that, and then you can throw it around and your aspect will always be correct. This has actually got the tripod mount straight on the bottom of it, and this came with some great like action mounts as well, which, because of the standard tripod threading at the bottom of it, I've used it on lots of other, I've used those mounts with lots of other cameras, and it's been a great sort of workhorse. Having had the cheap copy, Chinese copy, I went out and got a GoPro. Actually, when you hold one in your hand, you realise why these things are just so bulletproof. The case is easy to get into with fingers, but will not come apart when you're actually working with it. You take it out and you can just feel that it's solid and it's reliable. And it hasn't let me down, and I got some great images with it. In terms of those images, they are very flat. That's nothing against the camera. In terms of when you're editing and when you're color grading, you want those images to be quite milky, so you can actually drop the blacks and raise the colors in it and make it look really vibrant and lovely. And as you can see from the footage I got just paddling around on the beaches of Cornwall, great images, absolutely fantastic. And here's one without any color correction. And as you can see, it's quite milky and neutral, but it's still really good, and that's 1080. And I went for the Hero 3, just the bog standard one. And the fact that it's got Wi-Fi built in, the Wi-Fi app on this is absolutely faultless, absolutely faultless. It's amazing. It does sat battery, and the live preview, although it's got a 3-second lag, is worth its weight in gold lumps. And I was filming an event recently, and it just didn't let me down. It was fantastic, and I could see what I was filming and see if I was repositioning correctly. It was amazing. Throwing it about in the sand and water, any action cam, I always allow them to have a little sort of freshwater bath afterwards, and obviously check your lenses are clean. That's it really. You know, if you're out and about and you're traveling around, you do need an action cam, because there are situations where it's going to rain on you, where you're going to be in boats, where you're going to be swimming. They're a great tool to have in your shooting kit. Check out our blog on wegosea.tv for more information about our trips, travels and hints and tips. Thanks.